My initial reaction when I heard of the Georgia shootings was
deadly shootings.
We're conducting a homicide, a multiple homicide.
It appears that all victims are female.
6 of them are believed to be Asian women.
I was very confused.
The shootings come at a time of increased hate crimes targeting Asian Americans across the country.
It was more of disbelief, actually. And then once I got to process it more, it was more confusion, the whys, the what the hells, and like there's anger, and it's just despair.
You can see the man kick a door at Medrano.
Why are you hurting me?
Shoot you, I'll kill you, I'll decapitate you.
Okay.
I'll decapitate you.
I was like in that weird gray area of disbelief and detachment, but also feeling so connected to it.
It is emotionally impactful.
It's just because I hear a lot of shootings, you get emotionally distant from that.
We also know that this is an issue that's happening across the country. It is unacceptable.
And I felt very small. I felt so small because I just didn't have anyone to talk it out with me.
Now that I'm able to process it, I definitely feel a lot more frustration and anger, and actually a lot of hurt. I did not know that I would be so affected by it because I felt like it was so distant.
He was pretty much fed up and kind of at the end of his rope, and yesterday was a really bad day for him, and this is what he did.
I am an Asian woman, so he was targeting Asian women because he had sexual fantasies towards them and fetishizing them and all that, and he needed to relieve whatever he was feeling, so he decided to do that, and he was having a bad day apparently.
I'm still trying to process the fact that this is us and this is our target, and that we have that bigger responsibility in a way.
I realized that I have family there. I realized that our dad is in the States and that he could be walking and just, doing his thing and, doing his job and being with his peers and his support systems there, and that could be him.
Not only did I felt like an outsider, I felt like no one was there to tell me that everything's going to be fine and that they're with me, that they understand.
Because of media, right? Because of how there's books, there's movies, and then there's this thing of just sexualizing Asian women. They're exotic, they're oriental, and then there's this mystery that I guess Hollywood sometimes, or just mainstream media would put in, that's just like, they're mysterious, who are they? It's also part of kind of a colonialism kind of way of thinking. That's just like, these people will, they will bow down to you in a way, and they will do anything you want to do.
That angers me because I feel helpless from my side. It also angers me because I feel like we don't experience that kind of gravity in our community, but it has affected so many Asian communities, and I'm Asian, and nobody checked in on me on how I was feeling about it. I was going through this whole grieving process of what has happened in the community.
I do have little experience here and there when people looking at you just because of your skin color and all that, but not major enough to pinpoint, but I do remember that happening. But all I can remember in those times is really just anger, lots of anger.
It's like backhanded racism. It's like they would say it like, oh, you're a part of us, but then they would also say, oh, I don't see you as a Filipino because you act like this. So it's like they're including you, but also excluding who you are, really.
It was really, really sad because I thought, hey, I got the part because my drama teacher thought I was talented. I was good enough to portray this character. But no, my other peers didn't really like the idea of an Asian playing that traditional white woman. Me, my skin color, my accent.
I've experienced a lot of microaggressions of racism. And I think, especially in our community, there's no such thing as blatant racism. I believe this community is very embracing of the different cultures and the diversities, but you can't erase the fact that there are some people that still have certain ideologies and put those into discriminatory actions. And a lot of them would be very, very passive comments. A lot of them would be comments such as, "Oh wow, your English is so good," or "Oh wow, you don't work at Tim Hortons." I've experienced a lot of those microaggressions, as in I'm put in a certain box because of the color of my skin.
Check in on your fellow Asians. They might not be what the typical Asian that is stereotyped would look like, but it's still affecting everyone. It's just we're still a target.
Asian lives matter! Asian lives matter! Black lives matter! Black lives matter! 84-year-old man tied a grandfather to get murdered for people to be aware. It took 6 Asian women massacred and murdered for people to care. What else is it going to take? When are we going to see change? When are we going to wake the f*** up? When?
For so long, we've always just been like the quiet community, and we've just been like the service workers, or the just like we have our own community and we've just connected with each other. But I think this is like also our moment to have that responsibility to connect with the external community and connect with people who we don't usually talk to or who don't know much about our culture. So I think we actually have to use our voice this time to go into other areas and fight for everyone else, because no one else is gonna fight for us the way we can fight for our own people.
When? And it's so painful that, so much of the attacks, the violence had come, from, like people of color. It's so painful, because we're in this fight together.
From generation to generation, we were taught to just keep going regardless of hate and discrimination. As a community, as an Asian community, we have to help each other out, guide each other to the right path, and just really help each other out and empathize with each other, be compassionate with each other, because I personally think each and every one of us in the Asian community has different experiences, also because of the model minority. And yeah, my biggest message to the Asian community: we need to support each other.
To all my Asian brothers and sisters, we've heard this over and over again, but stand strong. Don't let this learned helplessness and leftover colonialism consume you, where if something bad happens to us, we just move along and just accept it for what it is. We are hardworking people. We are people that bow our heads down and get the work done. We know that we have heart, but this time we also need to know that we have a voice and we need to use it.